Relationship is something in which you relate to another. When we talk of relationships in humans, we're talking about relationships with another human. But as a person, I could really love my car, my bike, my dress, my whatever, which are all inanimate objects. But you could have a relationship with anything. It's all about relating to another human being, to another thing, to a place, whatever it is that takes my fancy at that point. I think the biggest misconception would be the fact that for a lot of people, when you talk about relationships, the only thing that comes to their head is romantic, sexual, conjugal, but no one really thinks about family, colleagues, other things. Those are like taken for granted. So if I'm in a relationship, if I say I'm in a relationship, well, I'm in a relationship from the day I'm born with the people around me, my family, my siblings, but no one thinks of that as a relationship, which is probably why it's considered taken for granted and it's not worked upon as much. If you look at relationship unidimensional, only in one way, it's going to impact the way you interact with everybody else around you. Today, if I think that my sabzi wala or the person who drives me or the person who helps me just lead my life in whatever way, we need so many people around. If I don't have a relationship with them, how am I going to relate with them? How am I going to deal with them? It's going to somewhere impact my behavior. Maybe somewhere down the line, this aggressiveness that we see, even you talk about probably road rage, you talk about, this whole thing about not being concerned about others, probably comes because I don't relate to any of them. My relationship is only with X, Y, Z. And those are the only people I bother about. What about the others? You are in a relationship with society, with everybody. So I think it would definitely make a difference. Realization somewhere comes in that I am not alone and everybody else makes a difference in my life. It probably is going to help. It's going to help, the way you deal with other people. It's going to make it an easier world. It's going to be definitely more satisfying. There'll be more happiness coming in, which is, a little different from what's going on presently. A lot of technology, a lot of the rush and this rat race that everybody is in, it's become a very much of an I, me, myself world. So if we kind of look a little beyond what the other person needs, because by giving him, if you see a little satisfaction over there, it ultimately brings a smile to your face. It makes your life easier. It makes your life so much simpler, happier, and more satisfying at the end. So I think if you can relate to people in a more humane way, and I don't just mean your romantic partners or your family, I'm talking about generally society as a whole, ultimately somewhere it comes back to you because you're living in a better place, which is definitely a nicer feeling to have. Empathy. I think that's a major one, where you are looking at things from another person's point of view. It is really important. It's not always about me. There are other people in the world. So if we can just give that a little thought, that makes a lot of difference. Compassion somewhere. Honesty. I know these are so-called universal values, but then these are the values that make up society. And these are the values ultimately that help build relationships, not just of individuals, but of communities too. And we are a part of that same community. So if I am happy, people around me are happy, and if people around me are happy, I am happy too. I think that's what matters. Just be a little more respectful, a little more humane, and I think basically bottom line is empathy. Think from another person's point of view. It comes back to you somewhere.